Let's get it. Heart throb never. All right, we got to talk about showing these women attention. And basically, men just have to stop doing it. And this is nothing new that I'm saying. You know, you've had the manosphere talk about it. I'm not a part of the manosphere, but I listen to, some of their stuff. But they've already talked about it, but it seems like nothing is really changing. The behavior is terrible. So there's no need for guys to be all in women's, social media telling them that they look good and all this stuff. The behavior is too bad. So stop showing them all that attention. And they really don't respect it when you tell them that they look good. And that's not all women. Some women appreciate it, but you run the risk of being called a creep or something like that. They only want that type of compliment if the guy that's saying it is actually their type. So don't run the risk of, jumping in somebody's DMs or even, cold approaching and saying something like that. Like, just, it's not even worth it. Like, the tide needs to change. Because it's crazy, man. And man, they also think that I've heard a lot of women say that they think it's weak when dudes do that, like it's soft. And for some reason, it's a turnoff to them. They get turned off by dudes who tell them that they look good, or if they detect that you got a weakness for them because they look good. That's when they'll dog you out. So I seen too many dudes have this happen to them. It's not worth the risk. Then they basically getting enough attention anyway everywhere else. They got 1,000 dudes approaching them, at least on social media anyway. What's weird to me is I don't understand why they get so hyped up about all of this digital attention. In certain circumstances, it can translate to finances or whatever. But for the most part, it's like, why are they so addicted to this non-stop attention? They'll tell you that they don't want attention. If you remember how all this stuff kicked off, they had all these documentaries and all this kind of stuff with women walking down the street and guys catcalling them, and they was getting mad and saying it was harassment, and just because I look a certain way, you shouldn't, be catcalling me. But if guys stop it, then they get mad about it. It's even like that in the workplace where, guys are making a concerted effort to not interact with women the way that they used to interact with them. And now women are complaining in the workforce about this. Like I said, this is nothing new that I'm bringing up. It's already been talked about, but the more you are out and about or on social media, you continue to see these types of behaviors that just indicate that they don't have any desire to change the behavior that's caused this rift between men and women. And it's not just black men. It's black men, black women, white women, Hispanic men. Like, there's a intrinsic problem going on in Western society where this poison that has, infiltrated the agreeability between men and women in the Western culture is just destroying everything. So, at this point, it's really not worth trying to, kind of do things the way that it used to be done, because there are too many things in place that can really, for real, get you hemmed up and have you looking crazy, get you fired from your job, have you have sexual harassment claims filed on you, all types of stuff. you know? And you have the government and these studies, at least they're saying they're alarmed that the younger kids, the Z's, they not dating at all. And they trying to figure out like what's going on. And we can tell you what's going on. We've been trying to tell you for the longest. You had the white manosphere, you had the black manosphere, whatever both of those groups of content creators call themselves. But they've been trying to tell you for years about this. And Western culture is dealing with low birth rates with every ethnic group, but particularly, the white ethnic group. Whites their birth rates are really low. So they create this chaos, and then want to stand around and ask, well, why is no one getting together and having families? And it's too risky for men at this point. And the risk has come directly by way of women's continued bad behavior and refusal to change those behaviors to be joined in an agreeable relationship or whatever they want to call it. But it's not worth men to keep, running behind these women, telling them they look good and, giving them all this attention because they don't respect it, and they really don't want that right now. Later on down the line, they'll say, well, I was young and this and that. And yeah, I didn't, we hear it all the time. But I just wanted to get that quick little rant. I hadn't put nothing up in a couple days, trying to keep this algorithm moving, if you know what I'm talking about. This shit is crazy. But yeah, that's it. I'm out.
Heart throb never.